Well, hi everyone, and thanks for being here on this Thursday. It is simply unimaginable how things have taken place over the course of the past less than 24 hours. I left you last evening knowing we had seen and we're going to see some significant rainfall. But the devastation and the deaths that our neighbors have had to experience in the past just several hours, it's a devastating, historic, once in a lifetime flooding situation. There are a whole lot of words and adjectives that could be used to describe what's going on in parts of eastern Kentucky, and it's not over. We're still talking about the potential for some more heavy rain, possibly for us tonight, and possibly for those who have seen. Think about this. Collectively, up to 13 inches of rain in just the past few days. Some parts of eastern Kentucky saw as much as 6 inches in about as many hours yesterday and last night. And I'm sure most of you, if not all, I would say closer to all, have seen the images pouring out of the likes of Breathitt and Perry County and others. We'll take a quick look at those. We'll talk about how Magafa County so far has been very blessed, but still dealing with some flooding issues, boil water advisory countywide and some other things. An event that I told you about days ago. Right now, they're still planning on having it starting around this time, if not a little earlier, tomorrow, to try to raise funds in support of course, the families of the fallen officers in Floyd County. I'll remind you about that as I had Mr. Sean Leslie of the Kentucky Opera here in-house just earlier today to pick up a banner to take with him, and some other things that we'll talk about in just a few seconds.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sageville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sageville National Bank. Summer's almost here and the seasonal shop is ready. The shop is filled right now with bright colors, beautiful clothes, and new jewelry for all your vacations and summer outings and fun. They've got gifts for any graduate, wedding, and special occasion that may be on your calendar this summer, and you can let them create the perfect gift basket for you. And it's grill season, and that means pool days, cookouts, and backyard parties, and they've got gorgeous home decor, outdoor serving pieces, flags, porch decor, and everything to update your home inside and out for the summer. Stop by and see them, as always, with local delivery, curbside pickup, and shipping, and they're happy to help you shop by phone as well. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sageville.
The governor confirming initially one death and ultimately a total of 3 deaths that we know of just today from the flooding earlier in his press conference. We will take a look at just real quickly just a few of the many images that have been coming in all day long from other parts of eastern Kentucky, specifically from the Hyman and Lost Creek areas, 2 of the hardest hit thus far.
3 dead, that number expected to rise, the governor and others estimating into the double digits. 2 dead in Perry County, 1 in Knott County, confirmed. Many still unaccounted for at this time. Numerous counties declaring states of emergency. National Guard also helping with evacuations in parts of eastern Kentucky. And Perry and Breathitt counties are 2 of the hardest hit and are going to see recovery efforts that will last years and years to come. Letcher County, another eastern Kentucky county. I believe we have some pictures here, about possibly in just a second from there. One of those hardest hit. Again, cumulatively, we're talking about some of these areas seeing 12, 13, 14 inches of rainfall since the onset of this scenario. Many evacuations still taking place in several of these counties, again, including the National Guard. And the real numbers of those who have been injured or worse, and the number of homes that have been destroyed will not be known for quite some time. Some drone footage, I cannot find where this originated to give them credit, but some drone footage from the Hyman area shows, not even at its peak, some of the flooding there that has devastated this part of eastern Kentucky, the likes of which residents who have lived there their entire lives, 60, 70 plus years, have never seen anything like. Here in McGoffin County, we have fared much different. We have certainly seen our share of flooding, devastating floods in our history, but we were spared this time. However, I can tell you that one viewer, Lloyd Salyer, I think he registered 7 3/4 of an inch of rain at his house on Mash Fork in just a 2-day span, which has put McGoffin County literally at its brink and then, of course, boiling over, so to speak. But so far, no serious widespread damage. I believe there have to have been some homes that have seen some flooding, damage, waters into their residences. However, I have not had any official report of that as of yet. I expect that to change in the next few coming hours. As for current flooding conditions here in McGoffin County, of course, the city of Sageville saw waters rise early and saw them recede, as have other parts of McGoffin County. This right here, you're looking at the mouth of Oakley off of Route 7. And then we'll take another look at just looking up 7, if you will. These waters were on their way down at 4 o'clock in this area. While just a little further downstream in the Lakeville area, they were still seeing floodwaters rise, and I spoke with someone in the area just a moment ago, right before the 6 o'clock hour, and they had finally seen the rising stop. It had crested for the time being, and they believed it was going to start going down from there forward, and then, of course, continue to make its way on down the river, and that means portions of going west towards 460 and down that direction. We'll continue to see some of that water make its way there slowly but surely. We are still dealing with some issues here on a much smaller scale, but what are they?
Well, right now, we're doing what I like to call crisis management. We're just trying to get everywhere we can actually get to and get the roadways clear from debris, from fallen trees. We have multiple culverts and under roadways washed out. So we're trying to make those safe and passable. A lot of our problem is that many of the roads that these things happened on overnight are in the southern end of the county. And we had our equipment up there because the same thing happened 2 days ago. And we were finishing up the roads that we had then. It was a lot smaller scale then, but we got mobile roads now. But we can't get there because the water's across the road in so many different places. But hopefully tomorrow, if this rain holds off tonight, we'll be able to address most of those immediate needs and then start replacing structures that need to be replaced. As we know, we had a lot of power outages across the county too, and that created some problems. So I think right at last count, I've got over 30 plus roads that have been called in to me or to my secretary, and that don't count what we've seen as we've been out in the county.
I have not gotten any reports of any McGoffin County homes flooded yet. Have you?
I've gotten several calls, texts, pictures because I put that out when I made my announcement on social media about the state of emergency. That they started sending some pictures in. It's primarily basements and garages and those kind of things. I know we've had some water rescues about midday in the Royalton area because the water continued to rise up there. I'm still monitoring the levels via cameras from Half Mountain Park. We're down about 18 inches to 2 feet since 11 o'clock this morning. So that's about 6 hours. It's dropped about 2 feet. So that means that water is moving to the southern end of the county. But massive damages and those kind of things I'm not hearing. But like I said, we got power outages. We got can't get to a lot of places to see what's going on, and until this water runs down, we won't know the full extent of the damage probably for another day.
Last thing on my list is just a little confirmation. World Water Advisory is essentially county-wide. I know it's based on the Sageville Water Works not being able to produce some water for a period of time. I know that you and the mayor just met. What's the current status?
Well, the mayor and I met. I talked to Water District Executive Director, Superintendents too, and basically there was a piece of equipment that went out at Sageville Water Works that halted production until it got replaced. That's been replaced. The water's been back flushed, and they're building and making water and building capacity back up. So there might be some slight pressure issues or intermittent type things for just a short term, but as soon as that's over and the boil water advisory over, it should be back to normal shortly.
So a pressure issue, not a line breakage issue.
No, it was a piece of equipment. I think, as I understand it, that helped filter out muddy water, and that piece broke, and it came in this morning, and they replaced it, but because of the breakdown, they had to do some precautionary measures and some cleaning methods to make sure that dirty water didn't go into the lines and into the tanks.
And again, a boil water advisory in effect essentially for all of Montgomery County. Sageville Waterworks, Montgomery County Water District customers essentially through the end of the weekend. I'll update you on that on tomorrow. I didn't have time to reach out to Tanner Wireman today. He is the one, I believe, who captured this scene earlier today. He lives in Gunlock, and I'm going to wrap this up, at least the flooding segment, on a much lighter note. I couldn't capture the audio that these critters, these otters, were making. It was a delightful sound that they made while very playfully having a wonderful time in the floodwaters this afternoon. I knew these animals were around, but maybe only once or twice in my life have I seen them, and I've never seen them having quite as much fun as they were earlier today in some swift-moving floodwaters in parts of Montgomery County. Certainly made for a different sight to see. Actually, before I wrap up coverage of local flooding tonight, two things that I need to include. Sageville Healthcare Center, according to Mayor Pete Shepard, was this afternoon busy evacuating all of their critical care patients, and I believe, according to him, taking them to Paintsville ARH in lieu of any potential flooding that could breach that facility, as has happened in the past, but has only happened a handful of times. Nevertheless, trying to go that extra step to make sure that those critical care patients are safe should they have to go to those measures again, which fortunately so far waters have not gotten close to that level. Also, the Montgomery County Rescue Squad has been busy today. I spoke with a couple of representatives a few moments ago. They have been out making several water rescues, the majority in the sand bottom area. Several, I think at least actually two, with I believe two people having to be rescued from vehicles who had attempted to go through high water and ended up stalling at two different locations.
And while the radar has been mostly clear most all day, it's ramping back up. We've got another system set to roll through, possibly over some of those same areas and possibly over us in the coming hours. I'll nail down that as best as I can in just a few moments. I'll also have some other news after these messages.
Summer has arrived, and Appalachian Wireless has a great sale on the world's hottest smartphone. From now till the end of the month, you can get the amazing iPhone 13 for more than half off. iPhone 13 on Appalachian Wireless can be your new superpower with the most advanced dual camera system ever on iPhone. And it's available on the region's best network because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. 128 gigabyte model only. Agreement required.
Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sageville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
I'm Kelly Collins from Golden Law Office. I began my legal career in Lexington, representing some of the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided me with the inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will prepare to defend your case. I'm now taking that knowledge and returning to my hometown in Eastern Kentucky to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
Check out the latest in savings on new sets of tires and vehicle maintenance at Conley's, like $150 back on Goodyears, $120 back on Bridgestones, and big deals on Firestone, Hankook, General, and more. All with perfect snap-on balancing, and where they only charge $35 for state-of-the-art computer diagnostics to fix exactly what you need and get you back on the road. on the web at conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville.
Just a couple of quick things on COVID that I came across earlier today. I did read earlier today something amazing, and so glad to hear that it was from researchers at our own University of Kentucky who developed a new mask, not just a face mask that filters out and tries to protect you in that regard, but does that as well as has a special chemical or additive or something added to it, an enzyme, I believe, technically, that also kills COVID on contact. And they also say, according to researchers, that it's even more comfortable and easier to breathe through than the N95 mask that we've been wearing, a lot of us have been wearing for quite some time, and that their next step is to hopefully get it manufactured on mass levels. And just to confirm what we really already knew, what everyone has been saying on the state and local levels and national levels as well, there's one surefire way to see what has, run its course through Americans, and that's by testing our wastewater facilities across the nation. And Stanford and some other universities and researchers have done so, and they have confirmed record, or at least very near record levels of COVID in many areas that they have tested, which are just as high as the very largest peak of the COVID pandemic that we saw during the first surge back in January. And of course, this, while positive cases, don't indicate that. We were seeing 1 million cases a day. Right now, that number closer to around 120,000. But as our, again, local, state, and national health advisors have been telling us, that they have known quite some time that as high as the case count is right now, the majority of the cases are not being reported because of a lot of home testing and, of course, other factors. And non-testing, I would imagine, as well. Well, it's still set to go on tomorrow night. My new friend, Sean Leslie, you may have, if you've been to see the Kentucky Opry, the Mountain Arts Center, well, you've heard him, a very talented local or area young man who is, as I hope you heard in an interview not just too many days ago, found it upon his heart to put together a fundraiser for the families of our fallen officers, in Floyd County. And it quickly went from a one-day event to a 3-day event, and he says still, as of even right now, everything is on schedule for it to begin tomorrow evening, with a bit of a twist in their planning in regards to what they're hoping to do with a lot of items that they have received in donations to help for the event. They believe that it's been so gracious that they'll have enough to maybe even try to help some of our local flood victims at the same time. Starts tomorrow evening.
Definitely starting tomorrow, Friday, July 29th, starting at 6 o'clock. Back in the Blue Weekend is still going to be going on through Sunday the 31st. And we've decided that now, Monday, any of the flood victims of the recent flooding in Floyd County and surrounding areas, Monday we're going to open up the building, and anything we have left, concession items, paper plates, utensils, just anything anybody needs, they're more welcome to come and get it. We'll make them a big box of stuff. But yeah, we're gonna push on and show our support for these families of the fallen officers, the injured officers, and our local law enforcement that go out every day and protect us. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be going on. We still got the bands coming in, and it's gonna be a fun time.
And my apologies for the sound in the background there. I had the laser going, doing some engraving while Sean and I were in there, but I had him mic'd up and just now realized that the mic didn't really isolate his voice as well as I'd hoped. So my apologies. Nevertheless, he has been weeks in planning this event, has received so much support. It's turned into a 3-day event at a location right over in downtown Prestonsburg next to Billy Ray's, and they're going to have some really great raffle items, prizes, other things to give away, something for everyone of every age, and some really great entertainment that's coming from all over the country, literally, to be a part of this fundraiser.
It's going to be at Music Paradise in downtown Prestonsburg, 256 Irene Street. We have artists such as CJ the DJ, Dewey Morth, Killing Tom, Cody Kennedy, just different people from all different states. Plus, I'm going to be getting up there and singing a few songs. maybe my band will get up there. We don't know yet, but we're definitely excited to see everybody come out and hang out with us and just have a good time and show our love and support. We're not charging a admission per se. People that want to pay a donation's more than welcome to. Any donation's welcome. We will not turn anybody away. We'll have food. There's stuff for the kids. We've got probably $500 or $600 worth of items to give out to kids. We have stuff that we're giving out to the adults as well. We're selling raffle items. There's 3 sets of concert tickets. There's going to be a set of concert tickets sold each day. There's ZZ Top. You have Foreigner and A Day to Remember. That was donated to us by Appalachian Wireless Arena. Killer seats, 3rd row on the floor. So it's hard to beat. And all the raffles are $1 a chance. You're more than welcome to come down. We got chainsaws that we're going to raffle, brand new folding chairs, everything. There's a little bit of everything for everybody.
It's Music Paradise over next to Billy Ray's over there in downtown Prestonsburg. It's a great venue and it's a great opportunity to hear some bands that you may have never heard of, or very likely many of you have, but regardless, either way, you're going to be wanting to hear them again. Some really great talent coming. And some cool prizes. You heard McGoffin County High School class of 82, as we go to our community calendar. They've got their reunion coming up September the 17th over at Stonecrest. Contact those classmates there at the bottom of your screen. Let them know you're coming by August the 20th. And it's time to give your child a head start, and the McGoffin County Head Start program is doing just that, taking applications for the upcoming school year. Call them 349-3488 or stop by their office Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 3:30 up on the hill behind the McGoffin County Board of Education on Route 7. And call me when you've got a calendar announcement. I'm thinking I might have a few more that came in today, and just being out in the field all day, I haven't had time to maybe check all the messages, so any birthdays or anything that I might have missed today, we will get to on tomorrow's program. Going on to our funeral service announcements, a reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 o'clock for Clayton Arnott, 81, of Sageville, who passed away Monday at the Pikeville Medical Center, survived by his wife Vicki, son Matthew Arnott, daughter Melissa Arnott, sister Linda Fife, 6 grandkids, and 1 great-grandson. Services begin in the morning at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation till 9 tonight. Service is still incomplete at this hour for 88-year-old Loretta Cottle Lemaster of Mine Fork, the wife of Dorsey Lemaster. She passed away Tuesday of this week. Arrangements to be announced soon to the McGoffin County Funeral Home, as well as they are for 71-year-old Christine Lemaster of Sageville, who passed away today at Highlands ARH. Arrangements incomplete at this hour. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sageville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sageville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
Car wrecks,
truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall.
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Tomorrow might be the best day of the week. It's Dipper Day at your Sageville Lee's Famous Recipe. That's right, Thursday's special is our famous Dipper meal with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $5.79. And if you haven't already, be sure to try them dipped in our famous Sweet Wing Barbecue Sauce at your Sageville Lee's, also famous for our ice. Now, before we take a look at more rain headed, at least in this general direction, in the coming hours, an update from the state. The governor just a few moments ago confirming what was widely expected. The death toll has increased. It now stands at a total of 8. Do not have a breakdown of counties, age, or anything of that nature, but as of right now at this hour, 8 confirmed dead from one of the worst flooding events in Kentucky's history, certainly. to say the very least. He also launched and announced earlier today secure.kentucky.gov. That will get you to the Team East Kentucky Flood Relief Fund, where you can donate there. Water, cleaning supplies are going to be at the top of all of the list here in the coming days as soon as waters go down. Flood waters that are still hindering rescue efforts. They are yet to recede in many of these areas. Over 30 aircraft with the National Guard, Kentucky State Police, outside states, and units being deployed to help search and rescue Kentuckians at this hour as those efforts continue. Now, we're going to continue to see this same scenario, same boundary stalled, and then other factors winding it up, so to speak. This loop shows the last 90 minutes, nothing in eastern Kentucky, but it shows the potential for some more rain this evening. And tomorrow, a good chance of another anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall for us, for anyone at this point in eastern Kentucky, and that includes our friends who are reeling and dealing with so much more than we are here in McGoffin County. So keep that in mind. Keep your eye on the weather. Do not lull yourself into a sense of security night and go to sleep not worried about the situation if you are in an area where you see flooding in situations like these. Have it right now and think that it's over. It may not be. The worst may be yet to come. Hopefully that is not the case for any of us, but the weather says that it's a possibility. Mostly cloudy tonight, a 40% chance of showers and storms as of right now for the rest of this evening. That's mainly after midnight or so for us. So keep that in mind. Very important, that time frame. And some storms could put some heavy rain down. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, potentially more heavy rain. We're talking about 3/4 to an inch for a lot of folks across the board tomorrow, but thunderstorms could dump much more than that very, very quickly, as we have seen. So tomorrow, 78 southwest winds on average 3 to 15 and a 90% chance of showers and storms. Saturday looks to be at least a bit of a break before some more flooding possibilities. Saturday, right around 79, we'll see a little sunshine, and we'll only see a very slight chance to the tune of about 20% of showers and thunderstorms throughout any part of your Saturday. But another scenario, Sunday, cranks shower chances back up. 76, mostly cloudy, a 50% chance on your Sunday. Monday, 70% a likelihood with mostly cloudy. And another significant chance of showers and storms to start off next week. No rainfall estimates right now for this next event that will start at the latter half of your weekend, but it will be on top of everything that we have seen and are still possibly yet to see over the next 24 hours or so. Keep your eye on water levels regardless of where you live. And if it's something that you're fortunate enough to not have to be concerned about, think of your neighbors who may have to. And that's going to do it for this evening. I have a wonderful story, really entertaining story. I just didn't feel as though we should really go there today. I have hopes to wrap that up for you on tomorrow, and that will hinge on hopes that we won't see any more rain as to what we already have, not just for McGoffin County, but even certainly more so for our neighbors and fellow Eastern Kentuckians elsewhere, who I hope are in all of our thoughts and prayers. With that said, keep your eye on the weather. It's just at the very verge of being very serious here in McGoffin County. A little rain would put it in that direction, so please stay safe. Don't drive through any water that you cannot see the earth below, and I will see you back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.